darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because the vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
I have seen my car already. When we went into the car park, underground car park, it was sitting there right next to the entrance. I recognized the license plate, so we will go over now and have a look. So we have another 2 hours time until we take delivery of the Tesla Model 3 here in Brisbane. Yeah, well, I'm a bit excited. So we talked to Tesla already. The car is ready to go. They asked us if we want to take delivery right now, but we are here in the cafe to have lunch first, and then we go over and get the car. We found one little scratch on the right-hand side, driver's side at the front. Nothing major, and the bonnet needs adjustment so far, but the door alignment is perfect. What a relief! Special delivery bay. Here it is. It is exciting. It is exciting.
Drive off into the distance.
Thank you, Tesla Brisbane.
Oh, you need your camera! Drive safely, guys. Enjoy the trip.
Thank you so much.
And enjoy the car, of course.
Now we are in the Tesla Model 3 Performance. It feels like a performance at least. First drive ever. The car has 7 kilometers on the clock. Kilometers driven with the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus. Very fast. It's not as fast as the performance model I have driven yesterday, but it's still super fast. Looks really good. There are only some minor misalignments at the front, I'll show you later, but all in total, no scratches. I mean, no visible scratches at least. It's a white car, you know. Here, guys, listen. Amazing! So the autopilot has calibrated after about 15 minutes driving, and now the car is driving itself in autopilot here in the middle of the city. Well guys, let me tell you, the car is incredible to drive. I have done now 56 kilometers, so the car came with 7 or 8 kilometers on the clock, and 50 kilometers driven, most of them in autopilot in the city here in Brisbane, and amazing. The power is super sufficient for a standard range. You don't need a performance. Well, the performance is faster, but this one is super. It is enough, guys. It is enough, believe me. Well, family is very impressed. It is now mine. I still cannot believe it. Well guys, we made it finally home with the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus, and I still got over 50% of charge. That's crazy. Driving around in Brisbane all day long, doing burnouts and whatever, and then driving home the long way, still 50% left. What an amazing car. It's not under-promised. I've driven Teslas before, and I've driven the Model 3 yesterday in Hunter's car, but having it for a long time and knowing it will stay here now, wow, it is amazing. Here guys, so I'm charging the first time DC with the Model 3 here at UQ in Gatton. Charging is for free. They've got a big solar array, 3.5 megawatts, and this is 100% renewable energy here. So while I'm waiting for another 25 minutes here to charge the car, I'll give you a quick summary about the experience we had yesterday when we picked up the car in Brisbane. So we went there at about 11 o'clock in the morning. The delivery time was 1:30, so we were far ahead and far too early, of course. The excitement was just unbearable. So we went there very early, and the first thing we did was going into the basement, have a look at all the cars which were lining up there, and got prepared and detailed and washed and charged. That was just incredible to see how many people were working on these cars to get them ready for the delivery that day. And remember, it was the last day of the quarter yesterday, so we were expecting a big rush, a big stress, and not much time to inspect the car actually. So we went down, and the first car we saw was mine. It was in the front of the line, it was ready, it had the number plate on it, but that's how I recognized it. And I cannot tell you how excited I was to see it. And of course we did a quick inspection right in the basement of the car park, and we could not see any major drama with door alignment or panel gaps or paint issues or something. What we noticed though was the bonnet was a bit misaligned, but it wasn't quite that dramatic, and I had one little paint chip on one of the fenders on the right hand side. So we had a good look for about 10-15 minutes around the car and could not see any problems. And well, I was just relieved, I can tell you. Reading all these negative comments on social media about getting the car with totally scratched paint and misalignments, panel gaps, I was just prepared for the worst. Well, it didn't come to that, so the car was really nice. We went then up and had dinner with the family in the Cafe 63, it's called, I think. It's right ejected to the superchargers there. And right after lunch we went back to the basement, had another look at the car, and the guy from Tesla came along and said, look, do you want to have it now? I said, okay, let's do it now. So he took the car upstairs, it got a final detailing and washing stuff, so they cleaned it again, and then it was our time to take delivery of the car. Well, as I said, it was the last day of the quarter, and they needed to push out as many cars as possible that day. And we were prepared for the worst. We heard other stories from other centers that people got rushed in and they had only about 10 minutes to inspect the car, and then they need to sign and drive off to make room for the next persons. I can tell you it was not the case in Brisbane yesterday. At least not when we walked in. We were invited sitting in the lounge first. We got offered some water, and they took our details, and we waited for about 2 minutes, and then the car was ready for us to inspect, and there was no rush. So it took us about 30 minutes to inspect everything in good light, and we had a look at the inside as well, about anything, and we found some little, it looked like some paint chips outside, but they could wipe it off with some cleaner or stuff, you know. So this is all gone. There was no problem at all with the paint on the outside so far. It was just a relaxed and quiet and friendly atmosphere. We did not get rushed into signing everything. They were coming with us all the time, explaining stuff, and it was just a good experience. I was not prepared for that, really. I was quite surprised, positive surprised. We had that much time to inspect the car. big kudos to the team of Tesla in Brisbane here for making this possible, for giving us the time to look around the car inside and out. Well, all in total, it was a good customer experience. So after half an hour, we drove off with the car and did, of course, a test drive. Had all the kids, all the family inside the car. We drove through Brisbane for about, I don't know, it was an hour or so. Yeah, amazing drive. We could see the cameras are calibrating for the autopilot, which took about 20-25 kilometers or so. And then the autopilot was ready to use and we engaged it straight away without any problems at all. It handled all the curves, all the crossings, all the traffic. It was flawless. Well, we dropped the kids off at home then and started going home ourselves. It was a 90-kilometer drive then, back on the highway heading west, and the car drove most of the time in autopilot, steering, accelerating and braking itself. Amazing. So relaxed driving, top, really good. Yeah, so I was actually going to edit this video last night, but I was just too tired. Somehow it was just an exhausting but exciting day with a very positive outcome. So we're really pleased with the car and the service we received from Tesla. But I woke up earlier and couldn't believe the Tesla is in my carport. It looked so unreal that the car is finally here. The car I have grieved for years, basically. I always wanted a Tesla and couldn't afford one. And now it did the big stretch and got the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus. No extras, white paint, as almost everyone. So many white cars at Tesla over there. Oh, wow. Hashtag Team White. Well, it was just a nice and beautiful day, spending time with the family, picking up this amazing car at Tesla. Anyway guys, I thought I share this experience with you. I'm reading a lot of negative feedback as well on social media. I thought it would be good to have some positive aspects in there as well. The car is certainly not perfect, but these little adjustments they need to do on the paint and on the bonnet and replacing potentially the rear light, these are not major issues and certainly not something you need to refuse the car for. So overall, I'm super happy with the car so far, and I love the technology, of course, of the screen, of all the possibilities to modify, to customize your experience with the Tesla. Great. Good decision so far. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your support. This is Andy from Unplugged TV Australia, signing off. You stay charged, and we will all see us again in the next video very, very soon. Okay guys, see you then. Bye bye.